Musiker-Board out there.
Uh-huh.
We've got Kee for you. And as we did earlier in an improvisation session, we're now going to do an improvised video. Which is harder for you?
I don't think any of them are particularly hard.
Okay. We just had a little bit of gear talk as well, and there was a big gang.
Yeah.
And you outed yourself as a dinosaur.
Yes, I am. And the thing is, I mean, I grew up with the fluttering of the leggings from the Marshall amps. You know this.
Yeah.
And I need that back. So even though I'm right now using an FM3, I'm having a cable out of the send into a power amp of any 100 watt and 4x12. So I still get that going.
Delivery.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's one of the charming things of being famous.
It is, because I never saw this guy before in my life.
You never saw him. Yeah, so he just brought you a beer. That works perfectly.
Yeah. No, but what I was going to say, so I still can have that stage sound, because for me, it doesn't seem natural to have all the guitars coming from the wedges or in-ears. And like I was mentioning I'm sort of quitting with in-ears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, because I mentioned, I mean, Michele Lupi, my keyboard player, the keyboard player from Whitesnake, a great guy. He never uses anything. He doesn't use wedges, he doesn't use in-ears, he just listens to the PA system, which is old school. It's what they did before they had wedges, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So, and we saw Todd Rundgren, it was a great show, and he didn't use anything either.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get back to that. Since I'm a dinosaur, I have to do all the dinosaur things.
Of course. Matching your expectation, but also matching the customer's expectation, because after all, it's a business as well.
It is. Yeah, you got it.
The visual presentation. So folks, there's nothing bad in using real amps. Just make sure you use them without destroying the band sound.
Yes.
Early on in that creating solo portions, we've been able to move the C note scale through plenty of chords being behind it.
Yes. The modes.
The modes, it kind of defines a different starting point, but the notes themselves kind of stay the same. And
they stay the same.
It's kind of try to find the right starting point to match the chord and try to find the right ending point.
Yes.
And then we said we're not going to last with that for a 5-minute solo. We have to put something extra in.
Yes.
What is kind of your preferred extra to wake everybody up again?
I think an extra can be so many things. I mean, sometimes it's just a ripping pentatonic run in the middle of a melodic solo. It could also be an unexpected mode of a pentatonic or any scale, or it could be a weird scale, like a half note, whole note scale, or a whole note scale. I'm using actually, there's this Easy Action song called Talk, 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 and I'm using a whole note scale in there. I don't think anybody realizes it's actually a whole note scale, because it feels, the way I'm playing it's like a riffy way, so it makes sense in the song. It shouldn't work, but it does, you know. And because a whole note scale is really easily recognized. You instantly recognize the sound of a whole note scale. But when the way I placed it in the solo, it actually turns out like, oh yeah, something's happening, you know, which is all you want. You want to create interest,
it's,
you know.
Kind of tension and release.
Tension and release. It's all about tension and release.
I mean, within that hour that we only had, because I mean, that topic could go on forever basically.
Yeah.
We only mentioned the notes.
Yeah.
What about timing tools, phrasing tools, leaving gaps?
Yeah. I mean, I would need like a week to go into that, because And you said something really important, leaving gaps. Because sometimes the silence is so important. If you give it a break and you let the groove happen and then you come in again, that could be all the difference for a solo.
Yeah.
I got so many examples of that. Well, we can mention Jeff Beck, who did that amazingly. I mean, the silence is really important within the music, and the phrasing. I mean, you can express a melody in so many ways by just simple variations and phrasing.
If you turn around, would the phrasing always be yourself, or you're also trying to copy and then find out you can't because you deviate towards yourself again?
No, I think I'm equipped with a million versions of phrasing that I can just pull off. Yeah. So I don't. Actually, it's been a long time since I really copied anybody, because pretty early on I was listening to a lot of guitar players like Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, Carlos Santana, Neil Sean, Alan Holdsworth, the usual suspects, Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, all that. But in my late teens and early 20s, I knew pretty much who I was.
Yeah.
And that point in time comes at different parts of your life for everybody. Some find it early and some later, you know. I find it early. And I was pretty sure what I wanted to do very early. So I've been just doing that same thing since I was like 20. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, frequently enough, it's kind of, you get the inspiration.
Yeah.
You can't avoid it because you heard something that is good for your ear.
Yeah.
And what I like to say is best lick used, extracted and stolen.
Right.
And if you put that together, it's blues.
Yes.
So it's the initial letters of the word blues. And I think that happens there every time, and it still doesn't get boring because everybody brings his own attitude to playing the same notes.
Absolutely. And it's amazing how much it can vary, even though it's basically the same thing. A couple of days ago, I think, is it Monday? Tuesday today?
It's Tuesday today.
Yeah. On Sunday, they had a panel discussion, and Neely Brosh said something really important.
Yeah.
And that's when you get stuck, when you're in the studio, or you can be in a temporary rot when you're playing live. You don't feel you're playing anymore. A trick that always works is go back to what made you want to play guitar from the start.
Okay.
And for me, I go back to either Mahavishnu Orchestra, Birds of Fire album, or Todd Rundgren's Utopia, Oops, Wrong Planet.
Okay.
If I hear one of those, or there's a couple of more usual suspects, then I get back, oh, this is why. I get the goosebumps. Yeah. And then it's like a restart of the heart and the brain, and then I'm ready to go again. It always works. Yeah. You have to remember why you started, you know.
Which basically determines who you are later on.
Yeah.
So, as you heard, multiple aspects from all kind of directions. Thank you very much for that small little chat that we had and the lesson before. It makes you want to try out stuff.
Yeah.
Run into the next ball, find where what you just tried ends.
Yeah.
Take the good stuff and try the next round until you run into a wall again.
That's the meaning of this whole thing. It's a very good way of putting it.
Yeah. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Let's enjoy the jam and everything else around it.
Absolutely.
RockMeVienna. Thank you.